Welcome back to Just an Everyday Fan. Today I want to talk about the WNBA All-Star. Now, I'm new to this and I'm learning. Come learn with. I would love it if you went on my journey. Since I'm a newbie and I'm learning, I had to do some research on the All-Star game because I wasn't here last season for the All-Star game. So, I know what an All-Star is, but I didn't know how the game, like what the players got for being picked and whatnot. So I had to do a little research. So come along with me as we talk about this. Now, Caitlin Clark and Fee Collier got the two captains positions, and how they got the two captains positions was the popular vote from the fans. So the fans had 50% of the vote. Caitlin Clark took the top voting spot with 1,293,526 votes. Now, this was the most votes in the history of the All-Star. So she set yet another record. Fee came in with 1,176,020 votes. So she took the second leading votes. Now, prior to this year, this is how many votes are coming in. So I think we broke the internet because prior to this, Asia Wilson held the record, it's my understanding, at 95,860 votes. So look at all the engagement that the fans are now making. And I have to say, Caitlin Clark's my number one player. Fee's probably my number two player. So I'm kind of nervous with the matchup. It's like I want both of them to win, but I only know one can win. Again, let's talk about a couple of records that were made by Clark just in the voting process. So, number one, the number of votes. So she blew the number of votes that historically has come in for the All-Stars. Two, she traded out her coach. This had never been done in the history of the All-Stars. Typically, the coaches are picked from the championship from the previous year. So your first and second seed that go to the championship for the ring. Those are going to be the coaches that are going to be in the All-Star the following year. So we knew that Cheryl Reeve was assigned to Caitlin Clark. And I had made a video previously saying that's not going to work well for Caitlin. There is no love lost between her and Cheryl Reeves. And I think it is literally works both ways. And I wondered how that was going to go. So Caitlin, not wanting Cheryl Reeves, made a play with Fee Collier and said, hey, look, I want to trade my coach. Will you take your coach, Cheryl Reeves, will you take her and give me Sandy Brondello? And so they made this agreement, yes. The WNBA, they didn't even know if it violated WNBA rules. They didn't know if it violated the All-Star rules. They didn't even know that they could do this, but they did it. Number one, Fee wanted her coach. She didn't want Sandy Brondello, so it was an easy deal for her. Caitlin did not want Cheryl Reeves. She's like, Sandy, Cheryl, nice seeing you. Sandy Brondello, come on down, let's play. I thought that was extremely interesting. And they came out and said, it's okay, they can do that. You gotta love that about her. I mean, gosh, she's got spunk. She's making firsts where we didn't even think firsts were possible. She's just totally reinventing what's going on. Now, during the pick, and I think we've all seen who picked who, so I won't go over that. During the pick, Caitlin stuck, I'm a little concerned with this because Caitlin stuck with all her teammates, which, granted, I knew she probably would, right? She had already said that. I'm going to try to get all my team members on board. And it's honorable, but my only problem with that is right now the Fever are not consistent, so you have 3 players that might not be consistent during this game. You have 3 players that could come out and bust it wide open if they're hot and they're making their shots. But if they're not, 3 of the 10 players are dead. And we're talking all-star rankings here. We're talking all-star potential with all the other players. So this is, if that occurs, the win could go to Fee pretty easy with the team she has stacked. That's my only concern. So here's what I found out about the All-Star, right? So I'm like, what do these women get for being picked as an All-Star? And here's what I found out. So whether you're a starter or a reserve, either or, each player that's picked for the team gets $2,575. The MVP that's announced after the game gets an additional $5,150. Now, there's a skills contest, I think the night before, and a 3-point contest the night before. So probably on that Friday. Those winners of both those contests, so for the skills contest, they get $60,000. For the 3-point contest, they get $55,000. Now, this is additional to what they've already gotten. There's also an Affleck bonus. I couldn't find anything on how much that might be, so I don't want to misspeak to that. I'm not going to, but there is an Affleck bonus. I just don't know what the amount is. The league winner will share an additional $2,575. So for instance, in 2024, Alicia Gray, who was one of the All-Star players, she took home around $115,000 for this 2024 All-Star game. Now, that's not a bad bonus for a couple of days' work, I have to say. So it's the All-Star is going to be, it's going to be interesting. And I'm going to be torn. I'm going to want Caitlin to win. Because I do think Fee's going to take the MVP. So I want Caitlin to take the All-Star. I want her and her team to take the All-Star. So it should be a great game. And come along. I mean, I'm learning all this. This is completely interesting. I'm going to be Team Caitlin. I hate to do that because I love Fee Collier. Who are you voting for? Who do you want? Who are you rooting for? Who do you want to take the All-Star game? Is it going to be Team Clark or is it going to be Team Collier? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you for supporting my channel.